Hello everyone, welcome to another video. So the lighting is a little funny because I feel a little backlit, and but we're gonna try to keep working with it. So bear with me, and you might also see an occasional fly or hear these crazy cicadas. I am the type of person where if it is a beautiful day, I will crack my back door, and so that's what just comes with the territory. But I love hearing my wind chimes and stuff, and so I said, "Oh well, they'll understand." Today I wanted to talk about lifestyle in your 30s. I talk a lot about self-care and self-love, and I talk a lot about referencing these crazy dudes out here dating, how that ties into your life, but it doesn't have to become your life. Being in a relationship and having that be a part of your story to benefit you doesn't become your identity, your purpose, and your why. And I think, come on, TT. And I think a lot of people get that misunderstood. And or even if you come to a channel like mine, where it's like we're referencing a lot of the things that are going on in the dating scene, and I talk about it because it matters, because enough people, I feel like enough mothers and women, especially in our 30s, we don't know how to navigate. We don't know how to stand on our squares. We don't know how to speak up for ourselves. We don't know how to say no. We don't know how to say, that's not for me. That this is a non-negotiable. I'm not interested in trying to help you, raise you, support you. I'm not trying to hold you down. I'm not trying to wait on you. None of this stuff, because I don't do that with myself. I take myself very seriously, and I have my shit together. So I don't have these issues. I don't have these problems. If you can't come into my life and already have surpassed me and can't help me get to another level, then what are we doing? Because I'm raising children already. I'm already supporting friends. You may be supporting aging parents. You may have a special needs child. Why would you factor that into more things to do? Okay, there's responsibility and obligation, and then there's just sheer madness where now you're going to take on a grown-ass man who is only going to drag you down and create more confusion and drama in your life. And he may be a nice guy. He may be spiritual or religious. You may have met him at church. It may have been, like, wow, he's everything looks good, but everything ain't good under the surface. It's like buying a lemon car. It's like buying a fixer-upper. Why would I waste my time knowing that it's not going to do anything for me? So I share that because people get distracted. Women get distracted. Women think that companionship and love, the word love, is the goal. People think that, oh, a family dynamic is the goal. My children should see a man in the home, should see me dating, should see me, on communicating and working through things. But that's all fluff. They need to see you happy. They need to see you supported, and they need to see you reaching your goals faster with the help of a man if he's going to be in your life. But aside from that, I'm enough for myself, okay? If I never go on another date, if a man never buys me another drink, if I never go anywhere else ever again with a man, guess what? I date myself. I can go out. I can do things. I'm not afraid. I've worked on that. I'm not afraid. Not that I was ever a thing, but I'm saying you may have to work on that to get to the point where you don't need a man to take you out. You can walk into a room by yourself and sit down and have a good time and enjoy the ambiance and meet people and drink and smoke and do whatever else you want to do. Enjoy the view, take pictures, meet new people. Did I say that? It's not rocket science. It's a confidence choice. It's a, keep doing it until you get good at it. Get out of your emotions, get out of your head. People aren't looking at you. People aren't judging you. They're just looking at you maybe because they're admiring you. They're looking at you and saying, oh, I wonder who she's with. And surprise, I'm not with anyone. I'm actually with myself. I'm enough. So, you get to that. Your life is purposeful because you've added meaning to it. You know what you're in. And I got my little post-it notes because these are things that need to be said. These are things that you have to take time to cultivate in your 30s. You have to cultivate as a mother. You have to work at these things, okay? And take these things seriously, because if you don't, there are going to be so many other things that are going to tell you where you should focus your energy, where you should focus your attention, and it doesn't benefit you. Let them have them, I'm saying the world in general and men. If they had it their way, you'd be doing backflips over a relationship, okay? And in all of its dysfunctions. You'd be worried about politics. You might have watched a little bit of the Olympics and you know, all of that, or whatever's trending, okay? You would have been watching these interest rates. You'd have been watching these inflation rates. You'd have been watching what's going on with the war and the draft and all this nonsense. What's going on in Israel, what's going on over here, what's going on over there, what's going on with the weather, how they're changing the weather, what's going on with global warming, what's going on in the ocean is polluted, what's going on in the rainforest, the trees are going, whatever, okay? Nope. By the time you hit your 30s and you're a mom on top of that, okay, you have a sense of pride. I'm telling y'all that this is where you need to be and where I am. You're going to have a sense of pride about the purpose of your life that you've determined for yourself, and your interests, your skill set, your experiences, your knowledge, your strengths. Not like you're a strong Black woman and you can endure things. I mentioned that in another video. I'm talking about your strengths in the sense of, you know, patience is a strength. Being able to code switch is a strength. It's a talent in itself. Having coup, having a sense of self, having confidence, being able to be an active listener. Now I'm getting into interpersonal skills. Being able to be objective, emotional intelligence, being able to call it what it is, speak your mind, being able to say no. No is a complete sentence. It doesn't work for me. No, thank you. We're going to circle back to that. You know, those are strengths. Okay? Your style, not just fashion, the clothes that you buy, but what you deem worthy, what you enjoy, what you have around you. We'll use hotels, for example. Your style, you don't do, say, Red Roof Inn, Diamond Inn and Suites. What the hell? No, you're like Hyatt, Embassy, Omni, Hilton, and up. Okay, and then you get into like these boutique style, you know, Thompson and whatever. I stayed in that at Cancun. In Cancun, it was like an adult only. You know, that's your style. Your style is, I don't drink tap water. I only drink bottled sparkling water. Your style is, I don't go to hole in the walls. I only go to upscale lounges. Your style is, I do not get in anything that's, 19, whatever, because it's safety. My comfort and safety. Now, whatever. I'm being funny, but I'm being so serious. After a while, in your 30s, you look back at the things you used to do in your 20s and the people you used to roll with, the things you used to do and the places you used to go, and you're like, oh, shudder. You know what I mean? It was fun to be in a van full of a bunch of people and go through a drive-through, say cookout, and hang out in the car. They're smoking, I'm drinking, not drinking and driving, but, you know, you got a designated driver, but, you know, and that's a time was had, you know what I mean? Drinking Four Locos and whatever, you know, basically car, what do you call it? Hanging out in the car tailing, whatever. That's not a good time for me anymore. In my 30s, I'm like, okay, what's the venue? What's the event? What's the occasion? Who all's going to be there? What time does it start? What's the dress code? What side of town is it on? Maybe I'll go. You know what I mean? When I see stuff that, the DJ don't come till 11, I'm like, that's too late. I'm winding down by then. I don't leave when the lounge close. I don't leave when the lights cut on and the lounge is just closing. I'm making my way home by then. I have a totally different style about me, right? Okay. Expectations ties into that. style is also too, you know, what is beautiful to you, aesthetically pleasing. What is you know, the quality of, yes, if you want to touch on fashion, um, when I see moms that wear t-shirts and leggings and just like a little sloppy sweater, I'm like, mm-mm, mm-mm. Now, this is lounge clothes to me. This is a giant oversized turtleneck, and I do have leggings, but when I put some pointed toe flats with it and I put my hair up and I have my makeup done and I have my jewelry on, it's giving Audrey Hepburn, like I could go do some ballet real quick in this, or I could run errands. You see what I'm saying? So you want to have things that are, my style is a little bit more elevated than just a t-shirt with this, with some graphic crazy letters that are like fading, or some character with the slouchy sweater. I can wear a nice cardigan with some beautiful knit work and, you know, really nice buttons. Like it's levels to it, right? So in your 30s, you are conscious of all these little details that paint a bigger picture. I touched on, let me get back to expectations. Expectations is, you know, that we're up here now. So when a guy says, we're gonna have to touch on, you know, maybe we can just do drinks or something, you're like, if it's not dinner or lunch, brunch, it's a no for me. I don't have to convince you. I'm not gonna get mad at you. But my expectation is where, like, if that's not the first thing out your mouth, I would love to take you to dinner sometime. Then there's nothing else to talk about, because I already can see where your mind is at. Because I don't drink on an empty stomach, baby. And my dreams and where I want to go. I remember there was a time where if we could just go to the drive-in movie theater, that was like, oh, I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait, right? Now it's like, I want to go to Japan in 2025 with my girlfriend and her daughter and my girls. That's a bigger dream. I want to have land for my horses, not just lease and board across town. I want to, maybe next time I go on vacation, stay 3 months instead of just a week. Bigger dreams. I want to have this type of house. I want to have this type of legacy with my girls. Bigger dreams, because I'm older, wiser, and more knowledgeable, and know that there's more to things, life, and, you know, experiences, right? I touched on knowledge and experience, but in your 20s, you may let things crush you. You may let things bother you. You might just go through things and don't catch the patterns. And what your role was in those experiences. You may not catch the lessons. You may think it's other people against you, happening to you. But by the time you're in your 30s, baby, you're able to look at these things and say, oh, I see where I played an active role. I see where I was allowing a lot of stuff. I see where maybe I didn't catch this, that, and the other. But now I see the red flags. I see the lesson. I see what's necessary. I see what I need to do differently. I learned a lot. And now moving forward, that won't be repeated. Or I can improve. Or I can do it better. Or I can try again within this, with these operation systems and things in place, so that it can work. When you're in your 30s, it is a time, 30s plus. Let me say 30s plus, because I don't want to leave out 40s and onward. But by your late 40s, 50s, everything is automated. Everything, you've got half your stuff checked off. And if you're starting over, no biggie. Everyone comes into this understanding at different times. I understand that. But it starts with my mindset, your mindset, to say, I'm not hitting the wall. I'm not too old. I'm actually coming into my prime. I'm fine like wine. Like, these are the things that make me love myself, love my story, love my journey, love my children, love my singlehood. Because I don't consider myself tied down by any one of my friends. Are they instrumental in my life? Yes. Do I enjoy their company? Yes. And I definitely love the money they give me. But I'm not going to do backflips and put my life on hold, put my expectations on hold, put my dreams on hold, and try to fit into their world because I'm going over here. I'm going this way. Okay? We don't allow dating to shape us. We don't allow these men to put us in categories and put us in little molds and, oh, you're a MILF to me, or oh, you're high maintenance to me, or oh, you're a lot to me, or you're just a friend to me. No, I'm not listening to any of that. I've never had anybody tell me that. But when I see those signs, when I start feeling that energy, when these pretty boys start rolling up, I'm like, ah, you know what I mean? Cut it out, because I'm enough for myself. I date myself. I'm dating myself. I'm loving my life. My home is a reflection of me. By the time you do all of that, let's go over the categories of implementing all these things, okay? The quality, the style, the purpose, the expectations, the dreams, all these things. It becomes a manifestation in your style, in the vibe of your home, the energy of your home, how you go about your day, how you relate to other people. I had a cousin tell me, oh, you're very prissy. I took that as a compliment. I said, I'm glad you recognize, because yeah, I don't do bullshit. I don't like a whole lot of nonsense. I definitely don't do ghetto. I will go somewhere and be like, what is this? Now, I might not say that, but my face will. And I'm teaching my girls, we don't do those things. We don't live like that. If we have a mess and we have projects going on and we're spread out, okay, fine, live in your home. Sometimes I can't even see that table. I know where everything is. I know what all that's going on. But after I finish, after 2 or 3 days, time to clean up. So it's not that you're unrealistic and this house stays spick and span, and I'm not a mother and I'm not in my home and I don't have moments where I need to deep clean. I need to, reset and reorganize. But I'm still proud of my home. I still put pride in my home, take pride in my home. And my home is still a reflection of me, with all of my little beautiful things I like to see. My dragonflies, my pops of color, my antiques, my altar, my fish. I love animals. My horse art. If you come into my home, you'll see me. You'll know what's important to me. You'll see how I am. And then when I step out my home, my makeup, my style, my jewelry, my attitude, my aura, my persona, the mask that I put on depending on where I'm going, also protects me from bullshit and says, this is my standard. You're not going to get ghetto with me. You're not going to see me in this way or categorize me in a certain way. Okay, this is how I feel and think about myself. But it doesn't come from just how much money I make. It doesn't come from, oh, a man is claiming me, I'm in a relationship, whoop-de-doo, I got a man, my man, okay? It doesn't just come from, I have a degree, now I'm standing on my degree. It doesn't come from, oh, I live in this part of the country, in this zip code. It comes from the choice that I made to invest and prioritize myself, and to ask myself, take time and journal and think about these things. What is my purpose? Okay. What is my quality? What is my style? What are my expectations? What are my dreams? What are my interests? What is my knowledge and experience? What are my tics? What are my triggers? You know what I mean? And then stand on that and be proud of that. And the people that are for you and deserve to get to know you, they'll be fine with that. You won't be changing and shifting and morphing for anyone else. Anyone that makes you feel that way, they're not your tribe. They're not your people. I am also very loud and bubbling, outgoing. I can be really silly. I can, I use my slang. I have my things that I say that comes with the culture, that comes with, I guess, where I'm from is considered country, from the South. But I can also code switch, and I can also be very professional, be very reformed, and like, you know what I mean? Like, so, but my friends, my people, they know this about me, and I can be me around them. They know both sides. There's balance in that too. If you have a friend group or people in your lives that always have a problem with you and saying something about you, trying to constantly correct you and check you, okay, you need to check them and say, we're going to distance our time spent together, because I don't have the energy for that. I shouldn't feel like I have to do that. So you'll know the people that are secretly jealous of you, have a problem with you, are threatened by you, whatever. Some people can be threatened by your change. So let's say if I had an old group of cousins I don't want to say old, but a group of cousins or friends that you don't hang with us anymore. Girl, we're going down to the spot. And you already know that the spot is ain't nothing going on down there. Excuse me. The drinks are cheap. The dudes are cheap. And it's just not your vibe anymore. And you'd rather spend your evening on a rooftop or at a cigar lounge that has jazz music, or you'd rather go to a networking event, or you'd rather go to a book club or your Pilates class or your yoga class. You can say, I'm going to catch you next time. They'll get the picture. But if you're going to debate them and I'm not doing that ghetto stuff anymore and da-da-da-da, you always got to feel like you got to defend yourself. That's wasting energy. They're not going to get it. They're not going to respect it. Keep it moving. Luckily for me, I didn't have such a, hard time kind of changing it up, I guess you could say. But it is interesting as a mother raising girls coming up into their preteen. Well, my oldest is coming into her preteens, because she'll ask me questions about stuff, and I'm like, okay, let's talk about it. You know what I mean? Like why we don't do those things, why we don't hang with those type of people and go to those type of places. It looks cool, sounds cool, it's popular, but ain't nothing going on over there. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, when I got their hair braided for back to school, and the salon was on a side of town that was pretty run down. People walking all across the street, walking all, there's a difference between downtown walking, a town center mall downtown, versus jaywalking from the corner store to the liquor store to the Dollar General to the ghetto, the little public housing type of setup. People got bonnets and PJ pants and tank tops and wife beaters and just looking crazy, right? From all young and old. Then you got the dudes, doing the little papa wheelies on the scooters. It's just so much going on. The girls were like, and I'm like, yeah. So you see the difference. You see the difference. Why I didn't move over here. Yeah, it's a lot of black people. You'll probably make a lot of friends. They're probably sweet people. It's not like I don't speak. It's not like I don't, they don't bother me, but we're different. Okay, we can't go down that road. Used to do those things, used to hang with them type of people, but all that's you're only gonna wind up sitting on somebody's front porch passing a J. That's not quality time. That's not a good time to me anymore, right? So I'm teaching my daughters, showing them the difference between, you can go over here and do it like this, have fun like this, or you can sit around and do nothing and look like you're loitering. Okay? And they may be sweet people, great people. But it's crazy how you can go 20 minutes down the road, you change zip codes in a whole nother world. But you have to see yourself in your story and in your background, the environment, and where your story is playing out. If you don't like it, if it doesn't match, change it. If you don't like the characters, change it. If you don't like the setting, change it. If you don't like something about yourself, improve it. But you sit down and you find these things out for yourself, and you embrace your 30s, and you embrace people saying, she's too much for me. You're a lot. You're bougie. You're prissy. You're something else. You're out of my league. Fine. That's great. That's what we want to hear. Okay. That's a good thing. These are good things. So this is how you need to feel, even with children. That's the last thing I'm going to say. You can be a mom, apply all of these things, be in your 30s, and be living your best life, single, living the life of your dreams, looking forward to all the new things that you are going to try, experience, and do for you. And the more you step into, like for me, for example, y'all know I love horses. I haven't found a ranch or stables to ride, and I don't want to switch disciplines. But in the meantime, I can go to the horse races. Okay, that will be my groove. That'll be my thing. Going to and doing things that I enjoy for me is going to further encourage me and grow that muscle of like, I'm where I belong, and I'm continuing to set the standard of my life. I'm not going to settle and be like, well, I guess I'll just go down to the casino and watch the simulator, them little fake horse races in a smoky little casino wannabe place, because I can't do much better. No, I'm not going to settle like that, right? I'm not going to take it down to that level because I'm not where I want to be with my horseback riding. I'm just going to go to horse races. Way, way, way better. Don't settle. Don't beat yourself up. And don't think you're doing anything wrong because the quality of your life has you avoiding quantity. It's quality over quantity. So let's say, okay, let me so you turn down 5 dates with a bunch of losers. You've turned down 3 different invitations because you knew where they were going, you know what they were about, and you're like, I'm not about to fool these people. Let's say someone's, let's go to after hours, and you know it's already a dumpy divey little bar, and only the raggedy people on the other side of town going. You know, so you're saying no to all these things that aren't at your standard, your new level and your new standard. That's okay because you're not missing anything anyway. It's better to free up that time and do something for you. Okay? Your spa day, your skincare, you're staying at home, you're reading, you're enjoying your home. What that lady said, she said, what are you doing getting into this weekend? What are you doing tonight? She said, enjoying my mortgage, enjoying my rent. That was funny to me because it's like, yeah, this is an investment. If you're paying rent, oh no. If you're paying rent and you're sorry, I got a text message. If you're paying rent, you're paying your mortgage, enjoy that. Look at that as an investment in yourself and make that home, make that sanctuary, because even if it's a rental, it's your home. Make that, you know, that is a time. That is the spot. I am at the spot. This is my after hours, you know. So I say all that to say, this is how we're reframing our lives in our 30s as mothers. I'd be damned if someone comes in my life and tries to make me question, doubt, or challenge where I'm at and who I am. The fuck? How dare you? Who are you again? Do I know you? I didn't think so. Keep it moving. Okay? You don't talk about my womb. Don't talk about my business. Don't talk about my money. Don't talk about me because I'm too good for you. That's the attitude you need to have instead of listening to this bullshit and start like, oh, maybe they're right. Maybe my standards are too high. Maybe I do want a little too much. Maybe my dreams are a little too big. Maybe, you know, maybe it's true that guys aren't dating moms like they're dating moms. You know what I mean? And or all I am is just a MILF. You know, and it's not going to be anything deeper than that. No one's going to take me seriously in a relationship. Maybe I am, you know, asking for too much. Maybe I should just take that drink date. Maybe I should just, you know, just this one time. You know, Nope. Don't let that self-doubt start creeping in and don't start lowering the bar. Thank you for watching. Until the next one. Peace. Bye.